Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. Likes, comments, and subscriptions are always very much appreciated as they do help out the channel. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. There's every single day there's always something new. Firstly, for those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin could be trading at a generational bottom. This was said by a popular crypto analyst. We are currently in the beginning of a popular, enthusiastic time frame where a lot of people believe that Bitcoin appears to have bottomed and may not fall any lower, i.e., we could be gearing up for something good. This was mainly also the focus of a lot of the price news yesterday, and we're seeing it around. I'm seeing it a lot more on Twitter and other websites with people discussing. A lot of analysts are saying that Bitcoin looks like, chart-wise, it could be gearing up for a big movement upward, what have you. However, a lot of the reality is, at least at the moment, it says Bitcoin struggles to retain $20,000 while the Ethereum name service protocol gains. That's been popular for the last couple of days. I'm not sure exactly what's driving the price or why that specifically is moving up higher than other coins, except for maybe hype or more recognition or more usage. Not exactly sure. But at the moment, at the last 12 months, that's not a sentence, the prices of the cryptocurrency market have been following the stock market. And I'm going to show you something really weird because that was basically all the price news. Yeah, really weird news day. It took a bit of a turn of events. You'll see in a couple of seconds. It says stocks closed lower as investors await September jobs report. Dow drops nearly 350 points. The major price news of the day, for those of you who are not looking at the screen, the Federal Reserve has kept up the drumbeat of support for extending their run on interest rate hikes, stressing the need to quash inflation that has thus proved stubborn, so they say. 5 officials from Governor, I'm not reading all those names, delivered a resolutely hawkish message that inflation is too high, and they won't be deterred from raising rates by volatility in financial markets, i.e. basically saying they don't care that markets are falling or people are losing jobs or people are losing money. They're still going to try and fix the mistake that they made by doing something that won't fix inflation. The median of the 19 policymakers' latest projections sees another 1.25 percentage points of increases over their 2 remaining meetings of this year. Investors are pricing in a 75-point base move on the 1st and 2nd of November, which is their next meeting. The Fed forecasts show an additional 25 basis points increase next year, with policy staying at restrictive levels until at least 2024. So, as you might have imagined, all markets moved down on this news. The idea was and has been for some time. So backing it up, they can't raise interest rates forever. That much we know. However, they're saying because inflation hasn't dropped and has also risen in many other cases around the world, they're going to stay on the same exact path where they were, also essentially negating what the UN was telling them to do, and many other countries have also been voicing their opinions on, basically telling them to stop doing it because it's not working. The economy's collapsing. People are losing their jobs. Like, there have been so many firings and layoffs in the last couple of weeks, as this has only accelerated because people kind of believed, I guess a bit naively, that the Federal Reserve was going to do what was right and try to make things a little bit better. So that was also the major focus of the price news. That's why stocks are sideways and are down. Futures are currently down. And also, if you haven't been paying attention to the news, there's a lot going on with a country that went into another country, and it's escalating far too fast, and other countries are now reacting to it. And when events or anything similar to this happens, markets fall. It's just absolutely logical that people would be taking their money out of these markets in an effort to potentially have something liquid and cash and fast should it hit the fan. So yeah, that was all the price news. It was very quick, I would say. We normally have a more, this coin did this coin did that, X, Y, and Z, so and so and so. But in this case, as prices are trending mainly sideways-esque, I think there wasn't a lot to really go on, except for the fact that the Fed is like, nope, we're going to keep raising interest rates. Yeah, that's all the price news. Let's move on. So here we go. And this continues on. This actually does not end. Crypto exchange Binance stated on late Thursday that almost $100 million worth of Binance coins were likely stolen due to a hack on its Binance coin chain. Changpeng Zhao said on Twitter that the issue involved the Binance Smart Chain Token Hub, a so-called cross-chain bridge. These enable the transfer of digital assets and information from one independent blockchain to another. Here's his tweet right there. He said, the issue is contained now. Your funds are safe. We apologize for the inconvenience and will provide further updates accordingly. Hacks on cross-chain bridges are now frequent. In August, attackers stole $190 million worth of cryptocurrency from a cross-chain bridge known as Nomad after a hacker took advantage of a flaw in the platform's upgrade. One of the most, it's not popular, news stories of the day is that Binance's smart chain, their token platform, was hacked. Tons of coins apparently were taken away. There's no specifics on this yet. This is still relatively new news. We know that a hack took place. We know that money was taken and moved and exchanged or something like that. However, for those of you who did not know, Binance chain is one of the least decentralized chains out there. We had news from Binance earlier this year. This is why they mentioned that they were trying to make another DeFi or like a more decentralized chain. This is mainly the chain like for the company that runs their coin on it. So by all logical metrics, I assume they know exactly where that money is. And even more so, I doubt if the money is even able to be taken off of the actual chain or converted to another currency. And I doubt that anyone would be transferring those stolen Binance coins through Binance into another coin and trying to take those off. So where's the other thing? Yep, of course, the coin dropped. It says coin drops by 4%. It is currently only 3%. A lot of the market is literally just going completely sideways. Bitcoin is down by, I believe, 0.05%. It's almost like a smidge of nothing. I was expecting more of a drop, but I assume if you've never, and I know I mentioned Twitter a lot, and I'm there because of the rapid, quick updates. There's no real delay when news is taking place, especially on Twitter. Before in the past, when other things have happened to the Binance platform, i.e., things have slowed down, the website stopped working, there was a so-and-so spam attacks, what have you, Changpeng Zhao basically messages like every 10 minutes to let people know exactly what's going on, so there's no ambiguity. People aren't as terrified if you hear from the creator of the coin and the chain, hey, this is happening, this just happened. You're kind of more at ease. And I think the constant updates of telling people, hey, guys, this happened, cool, everything's fine, so and so and so, caused the coin not to drop by 18 or 20%. And once again, it is currently only down by 3%. And since then, it says the Binance chain has resumed operations following the massive exploit. This was the also major portion of the news. But it does not end there. The world of decentralized finance continues to deal with major security issues. Understatement, hours after the attempted $600 million exploit on the Binance coin chain, Ethereum faced a major rug pull attack after the initial hack. A malicious hacker. So someone, whoever did it, tried to steal the money from the Binance chain. after that, another thing happened on Ethereum where someone was creating other coins. And you know how people don't have brains in their head. Somebody created a coin called BNB, Binance Coin, Hacker Inu. And there was also another one, I think, called Binance Coin, Hacker Shiba or something like that. They created these coins. Can you guess what happened? Yeah, people threw their money. People threw their money into it, and the people who created those coins, and I think it wasn't even on Ethereum. I believe it was on top of another DeFi platform. People threw their money into it, and the people who created those coins, almost immediately after the hack happened, rug pulled, took the money away, and they made away with millions of dollars. Why on this earth would you hear that something bad happened at Binance? Someone else, as far as we know, created a coin mocking or making fun of the event. I guess maybe they deserved it at that point. If you put your money into this off of the backs of other people losing money and then you lost money, why would you do that? I mean, just even from a logical standpoint. So as far as we can tell, from as far as I've been reading around, it looks like these are not the same people from at least what we can ascertain, at least at the moment. So Ethereum's DeFi other platform had a rug pull as well from two different coins after the Binance coin hack. Once again, it doesn't end there. Recently, Sovereign, that is SOVRYN, a Bitcoin-based DeFi protocol, here we go, lost $1 million in digital assets through a hack. Yep, the hacker executed the attack through price manipulation and took away $1 million in crypto, including 44, I think, wrapped. It says RBTC, but I know that's another pegged Bitcoin to their protocol, and 211,000 Tether. So these are clearly coordinated. I'm not sure if anyone caught that. It's very similar and, giving the same kind of energy from earlier this year when we had the Terra Luna hack. And then their stablecoin lost its peg and Tether lost its peg for a bit. And I think another 3 coins lost their peg. And there were other stablecoin DeFi platform protocols who all were losing their peg and were having money drained from the. And I mean, once is terrible. 2 is a coincidence. 3 to 4 to 5 times is like, okay, well, someone's clearly targeting the cryptocurrency ecosystem. I don't know why. I think people are just terrible. Can you imagine a world where people just don't do bad things to each other? A lot of times, and I know everyone said no because that's just how the world is. I wonder a lot of times if it's government agencies, usually, probably, I don't know. It could also simply be people who realize that they can just exploit other people and make a huge amount of money from it. But it's always these things that kind of like clump together in the cryptocurrency space. This is similar to the end/beginning of 2018. Remember when India said that they were going to ban crypto, and then there were rumors that the US was going to ban crypto, and then there were rumors that Germany was going to do it, and then France, and then Australia, and all these countries were coming out. I mean, it was the exact same week, and I remember that was one of the first times that something had as clustered like that took place, and I was like, this seems a little coordinated, that they're all trying to like bring the cryptocurrency market down. It was also after we got Bitcoin futures, which was also already dragging the cryptocurrency market down. So Binance Coin chain had an exploit and money was stolen, but I assume they know where it is. It's also back up running. Ethereum had 2 rug pulls. Sovereign, SOVRYN, a Bitcoin DeFi protocol, had $1 million stolen from it as well. And Zcash, this one is actually a little bit funny. Zcash tried to have a spam attack. Someone was spamming their network, trying to get it to run slowly. But apparently, and this is the funny part, they've upgraded their chain so much in the background over the last couple of years while they weren't making the news, that the spam attack basically did absolutely nothing and just kind of went to show that their network was able to handle a huge spam attack. But also, this happened at the exact same time as the other ones. Why? Why do terrible things to other people? Like you found no legitimate way to go make money. You had to like do it on the backs of other people losing money or being afraid. It's very, very sad. That's the major news of the day. Yeah. A lot of people were, I don't want to say the word shocked, but you know, a little scared of their money because Binance is the largest crypto exchange on the planet. People were unsure as to what exactly was happening and how much money may have been stolen. The platform is back up. I pray to the heavens above that none of you threw your money into that or those two fake coins that were created or any other time just in general. I mean, logic can be your best friend. No, it's usually never your worst enemy. It's usually just don't throw it into a coin that was made an hour after a hack took place. A Bitcoin protocol was also hacked as well for $1 million, and someone tried to spam Zcash, but yeah, it didn't work. That's all the hot news of the day. I don't know why I said hot news, but you understand. I'm tired of looking at this, the spam boxes. So or tin cans, whatever they are. And I'm going to click away now. That's all the major news of the day. Let's move on. Also in the news, Coinbase has announced that they are working with the Ethereum Foundation and Optimism to accelerate the Ethereum Improvement Proposal 4844. The upcoming protocol called dank sharding. When you live in a world where all these protocols and stuff are made by people who grew up with memes, you get things called dank sharding. Or EIP 4844 upgrade will reduce gas fees and increase transaction speed on Ethereum layer 2 rollups. In fact, Coinbase is dedicating an entire engineering resource and testing EIP 4844 to further drive crypto adoption. One, cool. I think Ethereum transaction fees have fallen a lot since the upgrade or even before then. Remember, we were on, don't forget, we were on like a $1,300 Ethereum transaction fee at some point. When people were trying to mend the Bored Ape Yacht Club, I think it's called Other Side, metaverse, and people were paying thousands of dollars in transaction fees and still didn't get any land. Yeah, hopefully we don't get back to those, but they're trying to make it so that Ethereum essentially has 1 cent transaction fees. It's meant to be a usable blockchain for everyone. We're not meant to have a $4, $5, $6, $7, $89,000 transaction fee. And also just transaction speed. It's time to speed up. We heard for 6-7 years that we were going to have quicker transaction speeds, and now's the time to actually do it. So Coinbase joining the Ethereum Foundation to do this is not surprising news for those of you who've been here for the last couple of years. We've had news before from the people from the higher ups in Coinbase that allegedly they think that Ethereum is a lot better than Bitcoin, and they stand by it. So this just kind of goes to show, cool. I hope we get all those upgrades. I hope it doesn't take another 7 years. I hope that Ethereum eventually has 100,000 transactions per second, because they promised it for the last 6-7 years and everyone's been waiting for it to happen. So hopefully, because I remember hearing before from Vitalik and others that once we have the merge, these updates should be happening, every couple of months, 3, 4, 5 months behind each other, and not a 7-year gap in between. That's the Coinbase is helping the Ethereum Foundation on EIP 4844 to speed it up and lower gas fees. Yeah, hope it works out. Let's move on. Also, I'm shocked that this was for some reason also very popular news, and I didn't think news like this would ever be popular. The world's largest crypto exchange, Binance, has received a permanent license from Kazakhstan's AIFC Financial Services Authority, AFSA, to operate a digital asset platform and provide custodial services within the country. Earlier this month, the company... Really? Like this month? Okay. Earlier this month, the company and the Kazakhstani monetary regulators signed a memorandum of understanding to create a safe environment for domestic crypto investors and diminish crime in the sector. So cool, not knocking it, but this was also one of the most popular news stories of the day. And I said it earlier, I didn't think this would be popular. One, because historically we haven't heard A, much about Kazakhstan, B, much about Kazakhstan in the cryptocurrency space, and all they did was receive a license to operate there. And I just assumed, people would be, oh, that's cool, and kind of move on. But no, this news did it for a lot of people. I don't know if people like Kazakhstan or what's going on, but the news that Binance received a piece of paper or papers saying that they could work there actually made relatively popular news. Also in the news, the amount of money locked inside of Cardano is rapidly decreasing. I think it's called the TVL, the total value locked. It's done by a number of metrics. It's the people locking it up inside of DeFi platforms or other protocols. You can't move your money because it's inside of the chain or it's inside of the so-and-so. It's also used as a metric for how many people are almost staking their coins. It's down by roughly around 70%. No one really knows why. No one knows if people are taking their coins off and simply selling them or putting them onto other platforms or, swapping their coins or what's happening. But we had news around January, February, March that we were a good portion of the way to $1 billion locked inside of Cardano. And I think it's now only around $78 million or something like that. The screen says Cardano TVL plummets to 8-month low. Nova Seal hard fork positive effect. I mean, once again, and I was saying before, if Ethereum didn't move over this upgrade that we've been talking about, Ethereum's issuance rate has dropped by 90%. Never forget that. There are 90% less coins made since the upgrade, and the price didn't move at all. It went down. So I told you there were tons of people on Twitter who were making fun of Ethereum. The price didn't go anywhere. And now I hear those same exact people being silent because Cardano also didn't go anywhere. It actually went down a little tiny bit. So I just assume, listen, let's be honest with ourselves. Everything is going down. The future has never been more uncertain for anything or at any other time throughout human history. There's so much happening at one time, and the only silver lining that we kind of had was the Fed being like, okay, we'll stop crashing markets. You can hire people again and make money. But even that might not be happening for a while. So I assume there's a lot of money that's simply being shifted around, being moved. We will probably get news. I give it 6.5 weeks. 6.5 weeks after we hear that the Fed is no longer raising interest rates, or they'll raise it, but only by like 0.25%. We'll get news that there's now 100 million being locked up inside Cardano, and 250 million, and the number will keep raising from there. It's kind of like Bitcoin's price is also down because everything else is down. But the moment things start going back up, we're also going to get news of a $50,000 Bitcoin again. So yeah, it's good to be realistic. If you didn't watch my other or latest video on money rules, I implore you to go do so. It is very important, and I know, segueing here, it's very important to have known when to take profits or when to just have money set to the side, because I think a lot of people expected prices to continue going higher and higher and higher, didn't take out anything, and now with all this uncertainty, they're kind of, left in this very gray area. So that's the Cardano total value locked has plummeted. I assume it's because of all the nonsense happening in the world. Let's move on. Also in the news, the Terra Luna, where is it? A crypto exchange called CETOX, that is CETO, and then the letters EX, has announced that they are going to be listing Terra Luna Classic, and they are also going to be implementing the 1.2% burn on all activities with the coin. That is trading activities, spot and margin withdrawals, and deposits as well. I've never heard of CETOX myself. I assume that they are used as they are a cryptocurrency exchange. I think everyone's kind of just waiting to hear from Coinbase and what's the other one? Gemini. I think those are the only, I'm pretty sure, the only two exchanges that don't have Terra Luna Classic on it. So, cool. Another exchange has listed Terra Luna Classic and is going to be burning it as well. Fantastic. And also, there was more Celsius news, which is in the news every single day as well. It was one of the other DeFi protocols that was hacked, was shut down. They lost money, that entire thing. Allegedly, they found more information that apparently other executives or people in the ecosystem were taking out tons of money just a week before they closed down and told normal people that they could not take out their money. So from what I have gathered together is that at some point, Celsius looked like it wasn't doing too well. People were saying, no, it's doing just fine. Don't worry. Keep using the protocol. They halted it, and then they stopped people being able to take out their money from it. But allegedly, a week before, we had news last week that allegedly the main person, CEO, whatever, took out $10 million. And now it looks like going through the rest of the transactions. Apparently, there's a court case, and there were there's a document with over 14,500 pages, I think, just of transactions that were presented in the court. And apparently, a lot of them came up basically saying that a number of other higher-ups were also taking out millions of dollars as well. The same exact time as the head honcho, a week before they stopped everyone else from being able to take off their money from the platform. So, as you might imagine, people are not too happy. I say this not as, and I told you so. It's really more of a, please pay attention to where you put your money. Stop following every single new hype thing that you hear about. It is the craziest thing in my head. I think I tend to be a riskier investor. And I mean a risky as far as like putting it into crypto with as much volatility as there is. The fact that people keep throwing their money into any new protocol that isn't really tried, tested, or true, that people barely know anything about, just to like be able to brag to make more money. And then these protocols keep disappearing. People keep losing their money. I was reading yesterday, I think there's like 2 new DeFi protocols that just launched. And I was like, there's no way that I'm ever going to talk about these things. Like they have to be around for years and years and years. And for me, it's not even regulation that like really like would make me talk about it. It's like other senior members of like the coding community and people who are really into these coins being like, okay, the coin's actually legit. Do you remember years ago? I remember there were so many people who were looking through Bitcoin's code and Ethereum's code because there were so many people who were like, Ethereum's garbage, no one's going to use it. And then all these coders looked through and they were like, no, Ethereum's actually fine. It's extremely slow, relatively the same near Bitcoin. It can have other improvements, but it's still pretty okay. And then there was a huge debate between XRP and IOTA. And tons of people were like, IOTA's so much better because they have a tangle and they can do millions of transactions per second. And they can do this and they're going to have that. And once again, all these people who actually code and know coding language looked through IOTA and they were like, this coin is complete garbage. They were like, it doesn't actually work. It's going to have so many problems in the future. And then lo and behold, look at where we are. Like it's so many times, so many people have come out opposing these DeFi protocols because there's like something's wrong. It's not secure. Things don't really look the way that they're supposed to do. There's not enough liquidity. There's not enough so-and-so. But they lie. Listen, they tell people that you can get a 25% yearly return and all logic just completely disappears. All they heard was Bitcoin is down by 4%. I can make 25%. And they throw that. People bought that Binance hacker coin. What planet are you living on where these people are not going to? Anyway, so yeah, there's also a bunch of other DeFi protocols and platforms. These things are not decentralized. I'm not sure if you've realized that yet. They can freeze your assets. They can stop your money. One of the other, was it Celsius or was it another one? There was another DeFi, air quotes, DeFi platform that got exploited, hacked, whatever, a couple of months ago. And the people who ran it basically said online, they were like, well, if you read our FAQ, our frequently asked questions, it basically says like whatever coins you have on our platform become ours. And that was their reasoning for why they were not giving any money back. So just try and learn from this. I hope none of your money was taken away, but understand that other people's money was. Don't be those people. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. I was always taught if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then gosh darn it, it's a duck. That's the Celsius. Allegedly, people knew and were taking money off of the platform so that they can cover themselves news. Right. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, GBU Wally, Dotha Diddy, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on, Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Captain Something and the Z-Way, Lay, Mo Barazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren De Silva, Corded Biddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Chernoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Anima Rita, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monks Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara Machonisa, On Crypto with Lionel, and Crayola Michelle. What is that on my arm? Crayola Michelle, URL. I don't know what that was. It was a bug or something. URL. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who has left a like, a comment, or has subscribed. There's a new Money Rules video coming out. I'm trying to keep the upload schedule at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. There's also another travel video coming today as well. Thank you for all the support on those channels. At the moment, Bitcoin is at 19,942. It is down by 0.93%. It's up, down, it's all around. Ethereum is down by 0.14. Everything's basically kind of sideways. Binance Coin is down by 3.22. Logical. I would assume it once again it would be down by a lot more, but here we are. Anything else down more than 2%? Algorand's down by 0.31. I guess that works. Chili's is up by 1.74. Elron Eagle is up by 1.5. X-Chain is up by 2.22 percentile pointages. Yeah. Bit of a weird day, bit of a weird week. I think this entire week has been marred by very weird, negative cryptocurrency price world news. But once again, like I always say, this is the market that we chose to be in, so this is what we get. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. Wherever you might be, I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.